Fantastic.
Billy
How are
went
we
out and got
doing
extra
on
paper towels?
Yeah, how's
Thank
that
you.
coffee?
Something.
How's that? You know, there's nothing better than a good cup of coffee in the morning.
I wouldn't know. I didn't get a chance to drink it before I spilled it. But it's just on the table, so we're good.
You almost made me
Just on the
spill my
table, just
coffee.
on the rack.
Mayday.
It's fine.
Mayday.
It's on the rack.
Mayday.
It's on the rack. We're good, Tim. If you're here
Like
listening.
2 and 3 don't work either now.
We're good, Tim.
What do you think
Don't
Tim's
worry
going
about
to come in
it.
and clean that up
Hey,
for
the
you?
mic has
What are you worried about? here?
No, I'm saying
Don't worry,
I don't
Mike
want.
4 will work now.
No, I just don't want it to be like, oh, the mic doesn't
look.
work because of Armin or something.
We had coupons.
Oh, we had coupons.
We had
Now they're no
coupons,
good.
cinnamon rolls, discounts. Come on,
Oh
Armin.
my God!
The thing was, I was all prepared too for everything today.
What is it? A donut? Did I
Nobody
get
cares. I
coupons
was
for
prepared.
donuts?
Nobody
so
cares.
nobody does. So good morning, guys. How's it going?
Good morning.
Yeah.
The coupons. No, the humanity. I can't.
It was a
believe
coupon fall too. This fall, I was going to
First-
do all my couponing.
First, Aaron Rodgers goes down after 4 plays. Next thing you know, the coupons are soiled by Armin's coffee spill.
What coupons? Nobody was using those coupons anyway. Is it coupon or coupon?
Depends on where you're from.
I don't
Got
think.
coops,
Tomato,
baby.
tomato.
All right. Great. Yeah.
So-
great time. Yeah, great times.
All right, so I want to bring this story to the front here. I think it will have some resonance with our group here. The Yankees, with their season swirling the drain, have gone to the youth movement, and not just on the field, they're doing it in their broadcast booth. The Yankees this weekend will have 24-year-old Emmanuel Berbari join 36-year-old Justin Shackle
Let's go.
to call this weekend series in Pittsburgh. The legendary tandem of John Sterling and Susan Waldman will take the trip off.
Have a
Sterling
Susan Waldman
is,
drop.
vacation.
I've got to drop somewhere.
Sterling is 85 and has cut back on road games this year. Waldman is 77. She's off for Rosh Hashanah. Good for both of them. I don't think they're being pushed out, boys, but this is why I advise young people who are in love with sports and want to be a broadcaster, would love to be a play-by-play man. Billy, I think you're in that boat, and you've got the talent to do it, and the drive, and the
Thank you.
moxie. But my God, you got to wait for these people to die before the jobs open up.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Man,
85 and 77.
There's some of the best jobs in broadcasting, right? That's one of the reasons why they don't want to hang it up. I mean, you as the
Well, who would?
voice of the Gauchos at the illustrious UC Santa Barbara, that had to have been the toughest job that you turned away because of the enjoyment factor of it. This is why you get into the business, is to be around games, to be around the competition. And it's got to keep my man John Sterling young. And is he as great as he once was? No. However, he did take a foul ball off the dome and continue
Sure
going
did.
at 85
Like a
years
G.
old. Yeah, like
Straight
an
up
absolute
G.
boss. So I'm a big fan of John Sterling's, but good for the millennials getting themselves on in there.
Yeah. And you know these guys are hungry, and I'm sure these guys are really, really good.
Yeah. But you know what, Butchie, and this was a lot about trying to be envious of others' positions and just be happy with the lot in life that I have, because it's a stupid
Correct.
life that we get to live, right?
Absolutely.
Ian Eagle's son, Noah, got the Lakers job. Him and I are the same age, 29. He got the Clippers job right after I graduated college, maybe a year away. I had
amazing.
just gotten my first $9 an hour paycheck doing radio for a whole week. And I'm like, this kid is doing Clippers games? The same age?
Yeah.
He can't be that much better than me. And then I heard him. I'm like, oh, yeah, no, he's way better than
And
me. So that
talent
makes
is-
sense. Yeah.
it
No,
is
way
a-
better than me. Yep,
it-
makes a lot of sense.
And this is a job where it's not about, necessarily
That's good.
waiting your turn and stuff like this sometimes. But if you're talented, you're talented.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the way it is. When did Wayne start? I mean, Wayne was in his young 20s, or Wayne was really young when he started doing Chiefs radio, I believe.
Shoot, I think Wayne was 18 years old when he used to sit in the catwalk of the Boston Garden and record himself
Yep.
doing play-by-play of Celtics games so he could turn those
Practice,
in
yeah.
to people and use it as audition tapes.
Mm-hmm. Len Casper would do the same thing, and now he's calling White Sox games as just like an intern. There is a remarkable grind to get there. But look at Kenny Albert, who's going to call the Packers game this weekend. You don't stay in that job and get more opportunities just because you're Marv Albert's kid. You got to have some,
Absolutely.
you got to have some chops, and then you got to be able to continue getting better at it.
And that's the same with Ian Eagle,
I worked with a young
Noah.
kid, Jason Ross.
Noah's very good.
Noah's
Noah's
the
like
young
a
one,
clone of his dad, and Ian is very good.
But
But
yeah.
I used to joke the best way to get ahead in the play-by-play track if you're in broadcasting is to rename yourself an Albert, a Buck, or a Kerry.
Fair.
Because it doesn't hurt. You could just say, "Oh no, I'm no relation to Joe Buck or Jack Buck. I'm just Bill Buck."
Well, I'm Bill Buck.
I'm
Are you related at all? It might be. I never looked into it. I don't know.
But you work with a
Maybe
lot of these
half
guys.
of the family doesn't really
I
talk
could
about
possibly
that
be.
much.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Extended.
Here's a high five all the
Yeah,
rights.
we're all from West Virginia. Yeah, I agree.
But you come across with a lot of these guys when you work with them because you work with the guys that are established, guys that are been around,
working,
guys that
yeah.
are local. I mean, I think about the Wyoming Air Force game you did. I don't think you ever knew that guy, right?
I had no idea. As a matter of fact, the young guy I worked with a couple years ago, Jason Ross, was calling Lions games during preseason. Like his ascension was nuts. Jason
Yeah.
Ross Jr. And he's called some Blackhawk stuff. Like, and again, it's the grind of it to get there. But once you get there, holding on those spots are so tough. But yeah, no, I get a chance to work with a lot of these young guys that are going. And then obviously I work with like Kevin Kugler and a bunch of those guys.
Well,
that-
Jeff and everybody else.
Jeff,
yeah.
well, Jeff, obviously, yeah, but like Dave Revson, those sorts of guys too that are pros at it for very, very long time too.
The view atop that job in sports is spectacular. It's such a great job, but it's the narrowest peak with the most bodies scrambling to get to the top and throwing you off the cliff at a moment's notice. It's
Sure.
a tough one. It's a
Mhm.
tough one. And then you get to the top, you do everything right, and you cape up for the team. And they sometimes get rid of you anyway because they decide, we're going with a youth movement. I saw that happen to my friend Steve Buckhantz, voice of the Wizards, for many years. Terrible teams would always defend them when he came on our radio show. And then, the owner just decides, we want to get younger. And so they threw him out. And it's like, what the hell?
Or
So it's a tough deal.
Or you make your owner mad for no reason, like the kid in Baltimore that got into the Orioles
absolutely.
guy.
So we just
Right?
heard that a month ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
And then-
bizarre.
And then on the analyst front, Kuhn, I don't know what your ambitions are in broadcasting. You don't have to tell us. I think you
This segment,
could be
this is it.
excellent.
Yeah.
This is the
This is
heights
it.
of my
Five
career.
Live.
Five
Pinnacle
Live.
right
Pinnacle
now.
of
All
your
you want.
dreams.
By far the heights of my career right here. Five Live.
I believe, and I'm not just buttering you up, I believe you are network analyst quality.
Thank you.
Could be already. Could be even better. I don't know if you're going to get the shot. I don't know if you have any ambition. I know you have a great affinity for the home team, but I think you could do it. I don't understand why some old dudes hang on forever and other old dudes get thrown out. Why is James Lofton still a network analyst? Nice guy, but played several eras ago.
Well,
He does
I think
have a
James
gold
is pretty
jacket.
good.
He also coached afterwards, and he's been doing analyst work for a long
Understood.
time. Yeah, I mean, everybody has their own flavor, their own spice, and sometimes the people
Okay.
that pick them like that flavor of spice. Sometimes the
True.
people that watch and listen like that flavor of spice.
but also
Here's
it's like
another
it's
one.
a job that people
It
want to
doesn't
have.
matter what
So
people listen want, though. It's all about the people.
Yep, it's all about the bosses. Go ahead, Zabe.
Here's
Sorry.
another one. Why is Adam Archuleta still a network analyst?
Yeah, that name doesn't ring through a lot of different sets. A lot of TVs are saying, wait,
does he sound good though? Is
Uh-huh.
he a good analyst? I mean, maybe he's just good at his job.
halfway decent.
I can't say I
Sort of.
know.
Okay, yeah.
What about
kinda,
Hubie
maybe.
Brown? I mean, you want to talk about guys that have maybe stuck around just a tick too long. God bless Hubie Brown. I mean, he's always fired on
Yeah.
up.
Watch
But
out. he's
what
talking
on
about
earth are we talking
Come
about?
on, Hubie. Come on. Don't talk about Hubie. Come on. Hubie's great for the game.
See, this is where
Why?
this is where Billy.
Okay, is he like
It's
Lee
like
Corso great for the game though? Because it honestly, I
Yeah.
feel bad for Lee Corso every single time they trot him out on College Game Day because he is and was an institution of my childhood watching that television program.
Some people
Now he's got bulldogs pooping on his foot.
Yeah, and they're signaling for him to speed it up while he's trying to get to his punchline. Just let the man get to his punchline, and we'll get to Wake Forest and Clemson a minute and a half late.
But when
okay?
you ascend to that level, your national treasure level, it's like Dickie V. People then at that point, people want to see you. We love when see Lee Corso. It's not so fast, my friend. We love that. No, I
Yeah,
do.
but I don't like seeing him struggle.
Yeah,
Well,
I feel bad.
okay, I
watching
agree
him
with that.
struggle. Yes.
Like, yeah.
I don't like seeing him in such a diminished state, but I also understand there's a concern that once you relieve a guy of his duties, he's got nothing to live for.
That's the other
A lot of times
factor.
These guys die shortly after they're done doing what they love. So they want to coach or they want to be a broadcaster forever. Can anyone explain to me why Jay Feely, who's a kicker, is treated as a full-blown analyst, the only guy in the league to do so? Is he golf buddies with one of the network execs at CBS? Must be.
Well, just wait because his son
I
is
don't know,
also
Zane.
playing for the Colorado Buffaloes. And I would like for somebody to let me know how he has the D on the jersey, because Dion said he doesn't believe in those C's, right? He doesn't believe in captains. We got a bunch of dogs, right? We got a bunch of guys that can be captains, right? But we got leaders and we got dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Jace Feely has himself a D for dog sitting there as his kicker. I'm like, wait a second. What on earth are we doing to deserve that? Because your dad played in the league and we see him on Sundays, like Zabe is saying? That doesn't make a whole lot
No,
of
Well,
I
sense.
think
maybe-
probably because he tried to go make a tackle at some point, unlike the Bills punter. So at least, I mean, he went after a guy probably
it,
during
okay.
practice.
Earned it, okay.
Maybe he
Okay.
really is a dog.
Sam
Maybe he
Martin.
deserves
Maybe
a
he
D.
Cut.
How do you know, Billy? You're not in the locker room. Say he doesn't. He's not a true D. Maybe he's
You're
got
right,
a
Armin.
dog.
What if he's grinding out
He's
in the
an
weight
absolute
room? What if he's
savage,
doing
yeah.
700 pull-ups, getting ready for a game? I've seen specialists be workout artists too. John Ryan was the most unbelievably gifted punter I've ever seen do pull-ups and bench press and squats and all that other stuff.
There you
Threw a
go.
pretty nice pass, too, into the corner of the end zone.
Son of a bitch.
I hate that guy.
No, people probably looked at the roster for volleyball and tennis when I was and said, "How did Armin become a captain? This guy's no good. He doesn't play. They don't know what's going on in the locker room." And how,
So they give Armin a C for cat. Armin's a cat.
Absolute cat. You got to have him.
okay,
Gotta have him.
whatever. Say
We
what you
want
want.
dogs in
I,
this locker room. We can't have any more kitty
I got
cats
the
in there.
captain's letter in high school, so say what you want.
Let's go!
Yeah.
I got the star on my letter.
That's because they didn't give D's.
I got the star on
You
my
are
letter.
talking to the prom king, so there
Hey.
might have been something.
Oh, he got a
given
K.
out. There might have been
Got a
something
K.
given out.
He's
I got the
king.
C. I got the crown. All right. Heavy is the head that wears it. No, you know what I'm saying? That's
So
funny.
earlier today, I was playing the bite of Giannis talking about, his commitment to winning championships and kind of keeping the Bucks' feet to the fire on this. And I was curious about this podcast on the Believe Network and 48 Minutes. Who was it? Jim Paschke tweeted that one of the hosts on that podcast
Yep.
was former Bucks staffer Ross Geiger.
Right. That's it.
He was
right there.
Giannis's first roommate here and taught him how to drive.
Yeah, Ross lived in the same building. He was a video guy when I was one of the ball kids there for years in high school. And Ross was, I think, kind of the second guy in command in the video room. And when Giannis came over, there was, and John Horst, not in the position that he's in right now, I think director of player personnel,
I
Butchie,
think you're right. Yes.
pro personnel, something like that.
Yeah.
He had kind of come around to different people in the building and just asked if they'd be able to
Help this guy live.
help him out, right?
Yeah.
Like find ways to adapt to American life. And Ross was right there,
And
sweet
in that
spot of
position
age,
with Ross. Exactly.
and in that position,
You-
and lived right near him to where Paschke, I think, lived in the building, Butchie, but he was around all the time and kind of became his best friend there for 3 or 4 months before his family
Do you-
came over.
Same
Do you think
age.
that's why they? Do you think that's why they were able to ring the bell on such a tough get?
That's
Yes.
He does not do a
1,000%
lot of
it.
these things.
That's
Yeah,
that, and
okay.
the more we dive into this, as I finally found it, Zabe, 3 hours into it, that was Giannis's first ever podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So, yes, this is exactly because I'm just trying to connect the dots, and I recognized the name Ross as soon as we were talking about it. I was like, how else is it connected? And Billy, that's what it is. The video part of that. Yeah.
And what do we know about Giannis? He's most loyal to the guys who were there for him early on.
For sure.
First,
Beginning.
yeah. And this is the guy that basically taught Giannis how to live, and operate as a American with no family, scared kid, learn how to drive, learn where to go. Who am I going to hang out
Well,
with?
in the NBA video room, you have to you wear quite a few different hats, and there's a Butchie supervising
That's
might
putting
not
it nice.
supervising might be the best way of putting it. Ross got to see a lot of different things in that video room for I think 5 or 6 years because
Yeah.
he was there through the
Well, you saw some
B
stuff.
Milwaukee years. Oh yeah, the Fear the Deer start. John Henson going on in there eating a ham and cheeseburger from Major plus a order of wings 40 minutes before the game.
That's a good burger though, and
Yeah.
stuff.
Fantastic
Yeah,
burger.
that is.
That video room is where
Billy-
we cut
Billy
your
saw
teeth.
that all up close and personal as one of the ball boys.
Got those
How many years?
$1.48 tips. Yeah, 4 years all through high school.
Nice.
With
What a great
Stackhouse and the great
This-
Bucks, the Stack Jack and all those
Oh yeah,
guys.
Joe Prisbilla, the
Yeah.
Vanilla Gorilla coming on in there.
Sure.
Fantastic work.
Armin, could you take the music out for a quick
Sure,
second?
sure.
You don't mind if we go a little bit longer here? Because I got a
No.
piece of red meat. I got a piece of red meat to dip into the Armin Sarian piranha tank of hatred. You
Now we're
ready?
talking.
I want you to feast on this one. Have
Yeah.
you seen? Because Armin has no use for podcasts.
No. Yes, I just don't have it. I think the market is a little bit oversaturated with a
Yes,
lot of
fair
podcasts. Okay.
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 All right. Did you hear Kyle Brandt of Good Morning Football on his take on podcasts?
Actually, Billy did play it for me. Play it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Did you guys play this on the air?
No,
No, we did not.
No,
no,
just-
we had it. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. This is good. He's not wrong.
No podcast, guys. No, nah. Listen,
You're not a podcast.
there's a cycle. I think I'm ready to be done with the cycle. You start getting these invites, and I'm a big fan. I really would love when doing this pod. You're like, oh, that's nice. And then you're like, all right, yeah, sure, I'll come on. And then you're like, next Thursday, I'll come on. All right. You don't even think about it. Thursday, you're like, I gotta do the bleeping podcast.
Just an hour.
What time did I say? Just an hour.
An hour.
Also, it's on camera. So could you, and then you show up and you're like, hi, and then they didn't send the link, and you got to be like, can you send me the Zoom link? And then they don't like the light, and could you change the thing? Yo, you don't have headphones. Could you find some headphones? And then you do it, and they ask all these wacky questions, like, you're on a desert island, you have to eat one football player. Who would you? I don't know. And then they have all their answers prepared, and they're just waiting for you to finish. Their answers are funnier and better, and then it ends, and then of course a couple days later, hey, we're putting it on social. Would you mind sharing it for us? Is there any way? And the clip that they picked to share is not funny or flattering. They're funny in the clip, but you're not. It gets canceled. It's like, no, don't do that. And it's all just like, I love you guys, and I've been there, and I know this sounds really elitist, but it's such a pain in the ass. I'm at the point right now, no more podcasts.
It's so
I'm
good.
done from the
I
game.
could talk
I love you guys, and I've been there. I've been that guy.
I don't blame him.
That's-
I do not blame him at all. Do
Nah,
you?
Well, he's talking about being
No.
a podcast guest more. That's different than having your own. But it's such a perfect layout of what it is.
Makes you sound like a total ass.
He says he doesn't mean to sound like elitist. He sounds whiny. He
Yes,
sounds
he
like
does.
a baby. He sounds snobbish. Listen, I'm sorry, Kyle Brandt, that you've reached a career height where people look up to you and they want to ask you to come on their podcast. I get asked to come on podcasts all the time. You know what? I do it with people I don't even know who are asking me questions, and they clearly don't know me. They just know I'll say yes. This is no different than being asked on the street for an autograph by a fan. You do it because you're nice, or you snob them because you're a prick. No, I'm dead serious.
Go
man.
off, John.
Dead
Go
You
off.
serious.
didn't listen to the
Dead
time
serious.
commitment and the involvement of some
Oh,
people.
pray for Kyle Brandt and his free time because there's podcast requests.
Good, I
40
understand
full
your
minutes.
Ross, to your take, you can't say it's the same as a photo. Photo takes 30 seconds. He described quite a big investment of time.
He
We're all
set
busy.
a date in a calendar. He set that date in a calendar. He could have set it for any time he wanted. Pictures, they
Do you
come
do-
when you're eating food at a restaurant mid-bite. They come when you're walking through an airport
Okay.
trying to make an airplane, Steve.
I
It's
think-
no different.
okay.
You
It's
can
the same
also-
thing.
You can also just say no, right? You don't have to go out on a big
Exactly.
diatribe of I'm
Yeah.
too cool
He's put
for
out the
school.
blanket no.
I'm
He's
not
put out the
doing
I'm
it.
blanket
so
of
much
no.
bigger than everybody
my
doing
God, thank
podcasts
you.
that I'm not going to do.
Yeah. So
man.
I
Yeah.
think I think it was a
Get
funny
outta
rant.
here.
It was funny
entertained me,
though. It was super fun.
But you have a point to it. Yeah. So,
All right.
man.
Tag, you're it. 9 to noon
Have
is
you all on
next.
my
Butch, great
podcast.
job as always. Thank you, Pipe Bomb. I know you're already off doing whatever Pipe Bomb does during the day. I think sleep and smoke, or smoke and sleep, or both at the same time.
At the same time,
See
no
everyone
doubt.
tomorrow for a big football Friday.
And the iced tea he drinks that.
Sleep and smoke at the same time.